Hey y'all, so today obviously I need to do my hair because it's no longer curled. We need to do some good sewing maintenance, but I figured while we do my hair, let's really just talk about Spelman, what's going on campus, how am I feeling sophomore year, things I have coming up, things that you need to know before attending, all general college stuff, ways to really make sure you're maximizing your time on campus, all the normals. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. I almost forgot before we start, if you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos. Check out some other videos on my channel. I'll have some linked above. And now let's get right into this video. Okay, first I'll just do like Spelman update, what's going on, like what's tea. I'm sure as many of y'all know, Spelman has been under construction for a not really long time. It's been under construction for the dorms since I've gotten there. Since the summertime, but the building in the front, which is called the Center for Innovation in the Arts, I believe, has been under construction since before I came to Spelman. I think it's been under construction since the year that I had junior preview day. Is that the right math? Or my senior year, one of the two. Whichever the case may be, it is like almost finally done. It's like finishing up. I'll leave some videos of the sneak peek tour that I got with Chief Purdue. Since I am on SGA, we were just surveying the building, make sure it was like in its utmost safest position. So I got a little bit of a background tour. It is so beautiful, very modern, very new. I know a lot of times for like HBCUs, people are always like, they don't invest back into the school, like they don't go into the building, but like Spelman is really taking its time, but also ensuring that it's very intentional with what we're like updating and the innovation and stuff. I think it'll serve a lot of students, and especially a lot of students who are kind of like entering in the more creative spaces. Being that we're liberal arts, like it's definitely very serving of the arts. They're planning on having like a coffee shop and all these little things that are really going to be nice, not only for us but for the community. I think it's definitely beautifying the West End because we all probably can see that it needs it, and it's just a really nice space, and you can tell that they really put the time into thinking about us and thinking about the students when creating that building. Besides that, the other dorms are finishing being built. Abby and Morehouse James, I think they said they're set to be built for like the incoming class of 28 to have them. I don't know what the rooms will look like anymore, but if you are interested, be sure to check out my dorm video. I stayed in Abby. I'm sure it's going to be way more updated and nicer than it already was, considered one of the nicest dorms. So definitely be sure to check that out because they're going to have air, but they're also kind of more secluded on campus, so you do really feel like you're in your own like space. And only when there's really things happening on the oval is there like a lot of noise back there, but they're definitely really nice. I'm trying not to burn myself right now, as you guys can tell. But that's all for like campus updates. As you guys know, I actually don't know if my video will be out before or after this, but I'm running an SGA campaign, which is super exciting. I think it's really important to get involved on campus. I think Spelman is such a dynamic campus, and we're all involved just like based on schoolwork and stuff, but also getting involved in just like the making of some of the guidelines that are on campus has been really beneficial for me, at least, because there are definitely a lot of things that I had noticed even freshman year or before freshman year that was extremely important to make changes on. And through my role in SGA, I'm able to do that, which I'm super appreciative of, because I think it's beautiful to be an advocate for the Spelman community and for the students on campus, because without SGA, polls, MSAB, we're kind of definitely the student curators in a sense, like advocating for you all to make sure that you all are also having the experience that you're paying for and really hoping to have. Sorry y'all. Whenever I curl my hair, I really feel like the definition of like I'm just a girl, like trying to get the curls right and then do it just how like a stylist would, in the sense of like making sure it all looks nice and looks the same curl, and if it's not the same curl, which way was the best way to curl it, not burning my hand, even though I do have this glove here, but just not using it. Anyway, let's get back on topic. yeah, so that's kind of what I've been up to on campus recently. I've been working really hard through my role in SJ, just making sure, I think I'm going to record this one actually, guys. Just making sure, oh no, it is kind of cute, just at the top, that everything is safe on campus, but also that like small things like parking and like I'll have a whole video about like being a commuter student, because I also know that Spelman housing is coming out soon and a lot of the girls are going to be like, I was literally on campus so many years and like now I have to learn to be a commuter student, which I do think can be an adjustment for some. So I'll definitely have that coming out soon. And not all my videos, I also want to preface this, like someone had reached out to me saying that they weren't planning on attending Spelman because they didn't get in, but like that my videos were helpful for college in general. Understand, especially HBCUs, I say more than a PWI, a lot of these things are applicable to like everywhere. So don't feel like just because you're not going to Spelman or just because you're not going to AUC school that you can't really like use the advice or the information, because my goal is really just to help all college students, all young people, to really get to where we're going and aspire and achieve all that we are set out for. I've been a very goal-oriented person a long time in my life. I think part of that is based on me running track when I was younger, and like you are literally competing against yourself. So I've always had the mindset of like, I have to be the best version of myself to kind of continue where I'm going. But I think that also transitioned into college when I created a Spelman bucket list. Some people may call it a goal list. I called it my bucket list. I think this was super helpful in really mapping out what I wanted to do, especially at a school so big and dynamic. I'm sure like other schools that have like sports and cheer teams, like you have even more of a range of things that you may want to do, and like band and all of those things. But I kind of like understood where I wanted to go in Spelman and kind of went from there. So to talk more about my Spelman bucket list, I am keeping it private right now. Like I'll give you guys an example on the screen, but just some of the things I want to keep to myself until I accomplish them. However, I was extremely detailed and extremely specific about this. Actually, one of my mentors who went to Spelman told me about her process in creating one, which struck me to create like an official one on Canva with like making it really cute. But before then, I literally just had one of my notes, and it was just like all the things I want to do while I'm at Spelman. So an example of some of the things is like study abroad. One of the things for me was joining SGA. Y'all, my camera battery is about to die, so hopefully, let me go get another battery. But some of the things were joining SGA, really making an impact on campus, living off campus. I actually didn't have a plan, but like living in off-campus housing that was apartment style, making sure that I at least met 2 people for coffee meetings in my industry once a month, like very specific and strategic things. So how I categorized it was the organizations I want to join, the things I want to do academically, anything I want to do off campus. So like whether that was study abroad, whether that was like sometimes they did different tours and things on campus, so all of those things as well. And then I just put it all on a list, and every time I achieved something, I went back, I put achieved. Another one for me was scholarships. Like I really wanted to make sure that I was having a good way to pay my way through school and didn't graduate in debt. So those are just some of the things that you can think about putting on your bucket list. I think it's been super helpful for me because I've been able to really track and assess my progress, and also add things like as I learned about the school and as I learned about these things, like I added a minor, I took classes that weren't a part of my minor or my major but I knew would help me in life, joining academic programs, doing case study competitions. Like all of those things I think are super important, but it's easier to see and track your progress when it's on a college bucket list. So since I just talked a little bit about making your bucket list or checklist of things all you want to accomplish, I figured that I'd also talk about just like moving up in board positions and like e-board positions while in college. I know at least for Spelman, I can only really speak to, most of our e-boards all have interns and they're all released in the summer for like first years. So if you're a first year student watching this currently and are interested in getting involved extremely early on campus, please, please, please sign up to be an intern on one of the e-boards. Sometimes they open this summer, sometimes they open at the beginning of the school year. Research the clubs and activities at your school's organized at your college campus, and then from there look at when their e-board applications open for interns as a first year student. Reach out to some of the members on the board that you see in like their videos. Most times they always will follow or tag someone, so definitely do that just so you can kind of get a hang and understanding. And also, y'all, it really helps to build those friendships and relationships before you get to campus. I know a lot of people who definitely maximize their experience by reaching out to people literally through an Instagram DM before they got to Spelman specifically, and those people became their mentors, became just really willing to help them. I think everyone at Spelman is willing to help you as long as, you know, make an effort and are willing to like do the work. So definitely do that as well. I think that is super beneficial in making sure that you start on the best foot, with your best foot forward. Additionally, when you're in the general body of an organization and you're like, okay, I think I can take on some more, like I want to put in the work, I want to put in more work, and I'm really interested in just kind of like growing the outreach that I have on campus. And also, if you're thinking like hindsight for your resume, definitely make sure you are attending the events. Make sure that you are speaking with people on the board. Also, reach out to them via DM too. I think that's what I did last year for FBLS. Like, I was going to their events, but I was really interested in kind of like taking my platform further, getting on an e-board. So I reached out to one of the young ladies who actually served as their intern first semester, and then at a different position second semester. And I was like, hey, like I love FBLS. I use FBLS as my example. I love FBLS. I really think that I would like to be on the board. Can you tell me just a little bit about some of the things that you guys have going on, some of the things that you all are planning, etc., etc. And then from there, y'all, I got my interview and got on board. And that's just for me being a general body member. Like, please don't think you have to start on the e-board to continue on the e-board. That is such like a false accusation and like not true statement. If you're ready and willing to like take on more leadership, make that your first way. Like, just join an organization, it's e-board that you're already a general body member of, because you already know a lot about the club. You already are enjoying whatever programming they're already putting on. And yeah, this is really about to burn. Okay, so that's my advice for joining e-boards. Honestly, y'all, I've just been yapping, and I know you're probably like, okay, Gabby, like, what else is there for us to know? Leave me a comment. Ooh, this was a curl that didn't get clipped in. Leave me a comment down below if there's anything else that y'all really are like contemplating or having questions about when going into a new year, a new school, not a new school year, a new college. Because I do think I have a lot to say, but right now I'm having like a brain fart moment. So that is really my tips and advice. Hold on, I need to take my leave out of this. My tips and advice for joining an organization's e-board. I think it's also just like, from my personal experience, I've had so much fun and made so many relationships from the e-board positions that I'm on. Like, you really have to, once you get on, just like socialize, communicate. Everyone has a different story, which is the beautiful thing about college. And the more things that you, sorry guys, I'm looking in the mirror behind me, but the more things that you join, the more people you're around, the more stories you learn, and everyone has like something special about them. And it's just so nice to learn all those things about the people that you were already going to be surrounded by anyway. On that note, I did want to take a moment to really just talk about friendships and relationships in college. I know I've been speaking to a lot of my friends who are sophomores currently, and they've just been talking about like their experiences at school, their experiences just like making relationships, maintaining relationships, but also losing relationships around the way. I don't want to sound pessimistic in the statement, but it is extremely normal to lose friendships and gain friendships, especially in college. I think it's honestly part of the experience, and it's a part of life, like in the journey that you're about to take. I want you all to really remember and hone in on the fact that, like, if God, I'm a big believer in God, but if someone left your life, they left it for a reason, and it was not for them to be in wherever space you're about to enter and exit. So what I really thought about is, like, some people do not maintain their first year friends, but I always try and tell people, like, it's never about the person. Like, the person is, it's never like they, well, I shouldn't say that, like, lose their first year relationships, or even sometimes, especially like what I'm talking to my friends right now, is their second year relationships. Everyone kind of grows differently and at different paces in college, which I think is super normal, super expected. But in that, a lot of people like change just like what they consider right and wrong. A lot of people experience things, and that leads them to go down different paths. No matter the path that you end up going down in college, know that there's going to be people there surrounding you consistently and always there to support you. I know a lot of times when you're like in that space of possibly losing a friend or losing someone who's been so close to you for literally the whole time you've been here or known you, just know that it is okay. You are going to find your new people, and that's really honestly when kind of bringing back that Eboard position stuff, when it really does help, because this is what I'm using, by the way, y'all, because you are going to be surrounded by them girls so much from having to like do stuff with them and like host programming, that you're going to garner those relationships. Also, I know I wish someone would have told me this, like, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and walk up to someone's table and be like, hey, can I sit here? Or hey, can I talk to y'all? Like, the more you set yourself up for amazing opportunities and fill yourself in a space with people who are kind and supportive of you, the more you will succeed. Also, I spoke to someone the other day who I went to Spelman, and she was just kind of saying, like, when she first came to Spelman, she was really focused on like her business, her academics, and where she was going, that she didn't put the time in to like build connections and build friendships, and she didn't really find like her core group of girls until, I believe she said, her junior going into senior year. Do not put a timeline on how quickly you need to make relationships. I think that is super, just like being a girl, you kind of sometimes feel like, I need this group of people, or I need these people to like consistently be around me to like feel fulfilled in life in that aspect. I think that's completely normal, and honestly, I am a victim of that as well. Like, some days I am like, oh girl, like, you need a friend group, versus like, no, you have an amount of friends who love, support, and are willing to go to bat for you. You don't need a group. So honestly, I said all that blabbing to say, changing your perspective is super important, especially in college, because everything around you is changing. The environment, your energy, the people around you are consistently changing. So also remember that you have to adapt and mold to the change that's going on with that. Don't feel like you need to be stagnant. Don't feel like you need to stay in one exact place, and while everything else is moving, you can only focus on this lane. This is your time to broaden your horizons, travel around the globe, take different classes. Like, I always hear people who are so regretful, like, oh, I wish I would have taken that class in college, or oh, I wish I would have done this in college. Take the time to do that now. We're never going to get these 4 years back. If you're going to go to graduate school or school after doctorate school, you're going to have that time in school, but you're also going to be adulting. Lean into the discomfort, lean into all these things that are happening right now, and really make the most of your experience. So, oh, the camera just dropped. I don't know if y'all saw that. Okay, I'm gonna take my hair down in a second. I do just like to kind of leave it in the curls so they set in a little longer. But to summarize today's video, I gave y'all some updates on what's happening on Spelman's campus, just so y'all will know. Make your college bucket list. This will be super imperative in just tracking your college experience, making sure you're accomplishing all your goals, and really enjoying your time at your school. Join e-boards is what we talked about as well. Know that friendships come and go, and make the most of all the relationships that you have on campus. Lean into the discomfort, lean into all the changes that are going on in college, because they're going to happen rapidly and you're going to need to keep rolling with the punches. I know you all are doing amazing. Comment down below what are some of the things that are going on right now, either on your campus or that you're nervous or preparing for, if you're going to be going to a college campus soon and are almost about to be a high school graduate, or even if you are an adult thinking about going back to college. I know I do have some people in my life that I've met recently who lived a life, worked a job, and are ready for a degree change. They came to Spelman, they're working, they're getting a new degree in something completely different. So keep me updated. I'm gonna take this hair down and then I'll be back. Now I'm just gonna take these clips out so the curls will stay. Honestly, where I am right now, especially in like my college career, college timeline, I'm definitely like really leaning into my bucket list, but also focusing on, you know, getting a full-time offer, because I do think sometimes as college students there is so much that we have going on campus that you can forget, like after these 4 years or however long your time is, you still need to have a full-time job and full-time degree. And as much as on-campus organizations are amazing and can help you in some aspects, you do still need to have that like work history and job history. So I really just want you all to remember that. Don't let your eye off the prize, I think is the saying. Like, don't slow down, don't let up off the gas, just so you can really be prepared for whatever you want to do post-grad. Make sure you guys are getting those internships, make sure you're building relationships, make sure you're networking, make sure you're going to achieve your goals. I know I set a lot of goals for myself this year, and I was just very intentional. I made sure that it was like 4 to 5 goals, and that they really involved what I actually want to do and who I actually want to be, and not what society wants or what I'm seeing on TikTok or just everything else that's going on. So I really just wanted to come and talk to you guys about my little updates. Definitely enjoying semester 2. It's a lot more work. I'm definitely taking some harder courses than semester 1, so it was an adjustment for sure. I'm going to definitely try and continue being consistent on here. I think that is so important. And someone actually sent me something the other day, and she just was like, I'm so happy with how consistent you're being. Like, it's really helpful and beneficial for me, which I love. When I'm just able to help people, I think that's my initial goal with why I'm doing this. I know some of you guys are probably like, you didn't curl your leave out. No, I didn't. I'm trying to do as little heat on my leave out as possible, but I did just add a little bit of oil to the end of my leave out, and I think that's really what helps it blend better. I know a lot of people use different oils. I just use this. You can get it at like CVS or the hair store. It's good, but it also is thick. My hair is, it's not fine, but it's definitely thinner to the point where like if the colors aren't matching, they're gonna really show. So I definitely like to like use an oil and then just kind of like blend my leave out in. That way I have to add less heat to it, because that is a big thing, especially with sew-ins, is like consistently having to put heat on your leave out, and then also making sure your hair doesn't look greasy but it still has all that volume. So yeah, that is my finished hair, and I don't know what part of the video this will be added into, but I just wanted to show you guys the final look. Definitely recommend doing your own sewing maintenances. I recently learned how to, literally my needle and thread is right here, and like sew it back up, and it's been really helpful just with like tightening the sew-ins. I definitely don't think I'm at the point in the skill level where I can do my own sew-ins, but tightening it and just making sure it lasts and like really has that refreshed look has been super important to me for maintaining my hair. I've been doing a hair calendar this year, so that's been super helpful. So definitely learn. I literally watched the video on TikTok and then figured it out. So without further ado, let's get back into the video. But this is my curled hair. I'm definitely going to comb it out. A tip that I found when combing it out is you put a little bit of the spray on the comb and then you comb through it. But right now I'm just gonna let it fall a little naturally. I'm not going out until later, so I definitely wanted to like give that body and volume and just stay sitting here. But I want to show y'all the finished look. I'm definitely going to have, I like more of a curtain bang honestly in my own hair, than anything. So that is it. I really hope that you all gleaned something from this video that you can apply to your college journey, high school journey, whatever it may be. I think a bucket list or just things in life, especially for your 20s, there's so much that you can be doing. Being really intentional is definitely super helpful. I've been on my Pilates, I've been making sure I've been eating healthy, I've been doing all the things on my vision board, and I hope that you all are too. From that previous video on vision boarding, if you haven't seen that, stay tuned into that video. It is super helpful. But other than that, I love y'all so much. I hope this video was helpful, and stay tuned for our upcoming videos, and I'll see you guys in our next one. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out anytime I upload. I've been trying to upload Tuesdays at 12 or 12:30, and then sporadically somewhere else if I have a little bit of extra content for you guys. And I hope you guys have been enjoying it and it's been helpful for you in your life. Yeah, I love y'all. I really do. I love my community on YouTube. I love we are going to generate our ideal person and who we want to be and curate that the best way we can. So I love y'all so much, and I will see you guys in our next video.